Hi and welcome to Lines on Design. We have a great show in store for you today. We are here in beautiful Hilton Head at the Turnberry Villas. I do this all the time. And we are here with John Iannazzo from Liberty. We're going to show you a transformation from regular blinds to magical blinds right now. I'm really excited about all this. Thank you, John Iannazzo. I'll tell you what, we have been trying to put together an installation for a long time because it's really fun to see. You can learn a lot and you can really understand exactly. Come on over here a little bit so we can see what's going on. Tell me a little bit about how this project started.
Well, we came out to measure for new shades, and we have a sliding glass door and a large window, and we need privacy at night, daytime privacy, and they wanted motorization. So both treatments are going to be motorized.
Okay.
Luminette privacy sheer on the door, silhouette window shading in the window.
All right.
We're also putting up the luminette brackets, and we're covering up the holes where the other ones came down. We've already taken everything down and cleared it out, and so we're ready to put the new ones up.
All right. Even though we're talking about an installation, let's also talk about the luminette that you're using and the choices that are available. And one of the things that we talk about all the time is getting a bang for your buck. Why come here and do this as opposed to going to a big box store or whatever?
Well, they don't have these at the big box store.
Oh, except for that. That would be a good thing. But again,
this is a sheer, it's a drapery. It gives you the privacy of a vertical. I hate using that word vertical. But it will give you everything you need to do, plus it's fully motorized. One remote will work both.
And let's talk a little bit about some of the other options that were available. What were you were looking for? She was looking for privacy. Okay. And on the giant window.
Well, we can do a lot of different treatments. We can do duet honeycomb shades in a vertical application and a horizontal for the window and the door. We can do woven woods. But for this setup with the daytime privacy, this worked really well, and this was the look that we were going for.
All right, as we're talking about this, I'd like to know a little bit, when someone comes in to decide, and I know Patty, the owner, is over here saying, did she know exactly what she wanted? Did she and her husband say?
No, we had to talk several different ideas and figure out what we were looking for. The fabrics had a lot to do with it, too. The fabrics for this room really worked well for this room, so that was a big push in the direction that we went in.
Well, it's interesting that Turnberry Village is a well-seasoned villa, and it's got a lot of character to it.
I'm going to help Will put this up.
Yeah, go do that. And while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you about the villa. It just shows this villa is inspired. It shows how you can take, here, I can help a little bit too.
Oh, we're done with that one for now?
Yeah, okay. We can show you in this villa how you can take sort of the old standard look and really transform it into something special. And they've done a brilliant job of doing that. I'm looking at the colors and the mushrooms and the taupes, and it really looks very classic and very modern. And I think that's probably the goal here. One of the things I think, John, is you can kind of yell from over here. What are you doing right now?
We are unwrapping the luminette rod. We'll be carrying it over in 1 second.
Okay. You know, the reason I like luminettes, and I'll say this, is because I don't know if you can see, but the light is amazing, and there are beautiful oak trees out there. And I think the luminette gives you the opportunity of privacy or a gorgeous view. All right, what are we doing here? I'm just trying to stay out of the way.
The first step, we have to put this is the soft glide rod.
Okay.
You want to take that one?
Yes. Oh, look.
And we have a trash bag right there.
I always have the most important part. Excuse me, I had to go to grab the trash. All right, Will, here, I'll take that piece too, hon. All right. Installation is like anything. When we're talking about wood floors, we're talking about carpet, we're talking about blinds, doors, anything. It's really all about the installation. And I think that's what makes these guys real pros. I sound like I'm pitching you, don't I?
A little bit.
I know. Well, I think it's because I've had so much experience with John and Will and what they do. Family-owned business. All right, what are you doing?
Right there. I'm just past the edge, Will.
Now, let me say this.
And we can slide it down. See you a little bit? Yeah, we want to.
John, can you talk while you're doing?
Yes.
All right. As we took the original blinds off,
get the motor and the cord.
Patty and I were standing off to the side looking, and what was her big concern?
I'm sorry, I missed the question.
I'm sorry. When we were taking down the blinds, what was Patty's big concern?
Oh, hiding the holes
Exactly.
that were up there.
And I think that's something that we don't think about. It's easy to do in installation, but we want to make sure that we're doing it right. So what do you do to prepare for that?
When we can, we try to put the new brackets to cover the old brackets.
Okay.
Just less touch-up work anybody has to do. Makes life a little bit easier.
So for her, when these are actually all installed,
Yeah.
you won't need to even do anything.
We might need a little bit. It's a different size bracket, but we've
Okay.
already covered up most of that.
It makes sense.
Yeah, just makes life that much easier.
Do you all do all the installation yourself?
We do. We don't sub anything out.
Once someone does order a blind like this, how long does it typically take to get in?
Average time is 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this down here. I have to tell you, these are the most fun shows to do. Although I have to do a lot of talking for these, don't I? What are you doing right now?
We're putting the motor on. We have to plug it in.
Talk to me about the motor. Why motorized? Why do you like them now? I've always been a little skittish about them.
Anymore, the new PowerView motorization is a great system. Works better than it ever had than the motorized systems of the past.
Can I open for you?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll have something for you.
That would be a no. And what is that?
It's a power supply.
Yeah, that's just the plug.
Okay, that's the power supply.
Yeah.
So obviously wherever I go, is there an outlet right there?
There it is.
Okay, so there's an outlet. Talk to me, John. John, what are you doing now?
Just opening parts up.
I love it. You know, people who say women, we can talk and do. Have you noticed that when the guys are doing something, it's hard for them to?
Yeah, if you want to open those up.
Oh, he's giving me a job. Now I feel bad for kind of calling you out on that. Ooh, this is interesting. What am I opening?
That is the Pebble remote, so we're going to use that to program the shades.
What is a Pebble remote?
Yeah, I'll get those for you next.
What is a Pebble remote?
That's the name of the remote because it looks like a pebble. It's supposed to be decorative, so that way it blends in. So it's not just another remote.
Did you pick this color out? No, Patty's over here going, well, it looks quite lovely. It's a smoke color. It's really important when you're thinking about which remote to get, correct? Well, I tell you, these guys have spent, what, about 30 minutes in prepping,
Right here
and now
somewhere.
as they're installing.
There you go.
What's the toughest part, John, about installing?
Unwrapping the blinds and making sure we don't lose any pieces.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, tell me about the warranty for Hunter Douglas.
The shades have a lifetime limited warranty.
Okay.
The motorized components have a 5-year warranty.
Okay.
Here's the most important part.
Oh,
You unwrap the batteries.
I have to, I can unwrap them. Okay. So tell me about the lifetime guarantee. What does that mean? I know it means when your dog comes and jumps up on them, that doesn't count.
That doesn't count, no.
I've had that experience before.
We've all had that experience before.
But what does it mean? Oh,
Well, do you have a Phillips screwdriver on you? Did you already
seriously,
tighten the brackets down?
let's
right.
talk a little bit about the guarantee, because I think it's something a lot of people don't recognize also.
It's any kind of it's covered against any kind of manufacturer defect. If the fabric delaminates, oh sorry, I'm trying to work.
I know. We're throwing them for a loop here, trying to work.
I
out.
know, be on TV and install at the same time. It's not easy.
I know, exactly. All right, but tell us really.
So it covers any kind of manufacturer defect. If a part would fail, the motorized components have a 5-year guarantee. It's because technology moves so quick now. You know, by the time you buy an iPhone today,
Right.
in 2 months there's a new one out. Same kind of thing with the shades now. So that does have the 5-year warranty. But the fabric is covered. All the other components are covered.
You know, in talking to Patty about the reason I can do this now, hold on. The reason she chose these shades, one of the things I don't know if you all talked about was safety. And safety, you've got kids, I've got kids and grandkids, you've got grandkids too. Talk to her and all of us a little bit about the safety features for this, because it's really important.
Well, with the motorized ones, there are no cords. There are no, you know, no child safety issues because there are no cords. That's as simple as that.
But Hunter Douglas also prides themselves on the way that they've really tailored their product line to be safety first.
Yeah, it's been part of their design for 20 years now, maybe more. All designed with safety in mind, so everything is designed to be as safe as possible.
And I think that's really, for a long time, blinds were considered a child safety hazard. So I think it's really important for many of us who are considering doing what we do. And again, going back to the difference between this product, a Hunter Douglas product, and then going to the big box stores, I think oftentimes, and this is something you've taught me, mechanisms may be different. Getting a product from you versus somewhere else.
Yes, there are different components used in different manufacturers, so that definitely makes a difference.
Okay. Is he trying to ignore just talking to me right
No,
now?
I'm trying to install the shades. Is it
Okay, you
plugged in
are. All
more?
right,
Not
so
yet.
talk us through what you're doing.
Well, right now we're going to test the motor and then program it before we hang the fabric. There's no point in putting the fabric on if we have to.
And what
have
does
other
that?
programming
What does that
issues.
mean? Program it.
We have to program it through the remote so it knows the remote. Let's look at the remote.
All right.
Has 6 channels.
Okay.
Okay, let me show to the camera.
Got it. 6 channels.
You can program as many shades to each channel as you want. So if you had 10 windows in one room, you could do all channel 1, all 10 windows.
Oh. Okay.
In this setup, we have the 2 openings. So we're going to do channel 1 for the window, channel 2 for the door. That way,
Okay.
when you press number 1, see number 1 lights up?
Yep.
The remote will only talk to the first shade.
Okay.
You can turn that one off. You can turn on channel 2.
Okay. And I just push it. Look at that.
Yep.
So what he's really saying, Patty, for you too, is this one will operate this.
Yep.
And number 2 will operate the dining room.
Yes.
And again, were those AA or AAA batteries?
Those were AA, but that's for the silhouette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so different.
Different batteries in here. These are C something something something. It's on the back of it. I'll show you.
Okay. Oh, these are different. Look at these, you guys. This is kind of fun. Oh yeah, these are like giant hearing aid batteries.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's true. Okay, those are cool. And these are for the
The
silhouette.
Pebble remote.
Okay, for the Pebble remote.
Yeah. The other ones, I'll take it with me.
Okay.
The AA batteries you opened up are for the silhouette.
Okay. Makes sense to me. All right, now, once you've gotten the rod up, then what?
Well, we're going to program the motor.
And how do you program it?
Well, there's a manual button.
Am I in the way? Yes, I am. All
There we
right,
go.
while he's programming, while you're programming, we're going to take a break here in Lines on Design. Stay with us. There's a lot more exciting installation to come. We are back here on Lines on Design. Thank you for joining us. Once again, we're here with John Iannazzo, Liberty Wallcovering. We're actually doing the most in window treatment. We are actually doing the most incredible installation. It's a lot of fun. I'm telling John, he's like, we're actually doing this. I mean, we're doing
You
it.
keep making me stop the talk
Yeah.
on TV. We're trying to put the shades in.
That's exactly
So I
right.
need your help on this one.
All right, I got
Okay.
stuff to do. I'm going to walk back and help, which is a little spooky. All right, once again, for the people who may just be joining us, talk to me a little bit about what you are doing.
Well, we this is going to be a Luminette privacy shear.
Okay, Luminette Privacy Shear. I always
so
have to talk after you.
This
Go
one
ahead.
is motorized. We already put the rod up. It's already programmed. All we have left to do is install the
Install.
fabric. Yep.
Now,
Put the fabric on.
John is the installation and the engineer of all this, but I think it's important for all of you to also realize, and Patty, the owner of the villa, is here too. It's not just as though you walk in and pick out one fabric. Books and books and books.
Lots of
1,000
options. More options than people realize.
That's right. And it's funny, for how many years? 25 years, I was always the do it white, match your trim, do it white, right. And now Hunter Douglas has come out with these incredible
If you would
fabrics.
Hold that roll. and
Okay,
step down
I'm
that way,
holding that
right
roll.
there, and then just slowly unroll it as I attach the fabric.
Okay, I love how I have a job. This makes me feel really good. Once again, this is sort of a mushroom taupe sheer. And the point of the Luminette is that you can get a partial view, total view,
Total
or
privacy. Yep.
or total privacy. How is this for, what are some of the advantages that you find to this one?
It's definitely an updated vertical look.
Okay.
It's more versatile than a drapery. You know, a drapery opens and closes, slides back and forth. This one you can control the light and privacy. And it's a nice soft look.
And as he's doing this, let me tell you about the shades and interesting ways. Sometimes things aren't always what they seem to be, nor do they need to be. One of the interesting things that John and I have been doing recently is using window shades as soft options to doors. Talk to us a little bit, John, if you will, about how that works. Because I think, it's been my favorite thing.
I know. I wouldn't do this one as a door, but the duet vertical we've done several places in a lot of different houses as a door where there's not room, you know, furniture in the room, and there's just tiny little condo, and there's no room for a door.
That's right.
And it just slides out of the way into 6 inches.
And I'll tell you what I love about it is...
One more, please.
Yes, absolutely. What I love about oftentimes using shades in creative and innovative ways is people forget that window treatments are often one of the most expensive things you're going to invest in on the front side.
Debbie, can you?
Oh, sorry, I was talking. But you get what you pay for on the back side. And I think that's really important. I encourage people whether they're doing a renovation or new construction this is one area not to skimp on. Do you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
windows are so often the focal point of the house, and they're also one of the last things people do.
That's exactly right. And again, we talked a little bit about safety issues with Hunter Douglas. I'm going to talk about some of the energy savings that we can, I mean, these products have a lot of inherent ways of keeping your place cooler or warmer, depending on the temp.
Anytime you put something over the window, it's going to help with the heating and the cooling, the insulation.
Right.
The luminettes and silhouettes aren't the best for the insulation.
Okay.
But they do bring in a lot of light. And people don't think about bringing in light as a way to save energy. If they bring in more light, and diffuse the light through the whole room, you don't need to turn the lamp on.
Correct.
And you save energy.
That's true. Oh, Patty, she's making coffee over here, espresso for everyone, but these are phenomenal. And again, what I like about these are not your grandmother's
Debbie,
verticals
could you
or
hand
shades.
me the swivel plates, please?
Yes. Oh, yes, of course I can hand you the swivel plates. I knew right what those were. Here, let me open a swivel plate. Thank you, Will. What is a swivel plate?
These are attached to the end, and this
Okay.
is the right one. Hang on to that.
Okay, this is like my contacts, right and left. You have to be really clear about it.
So this
right?
just clips on to let the fabric wrap around the motor.
One of
Just
the things
like
I love
so.
about these is it's a very finished look, and
Yeah,
it
you
can
don't
go
see
with
the brackets
any
or
design
hardware.
motif. This is a very transitional,
Here's the posture.
almost modern look without being contemporary. It's very comfortable. Really impressed with the color palette here, and I think it's going to be classic for quite a while. These shades just play right into that, don't you think?
What do you think?
I think they're phenomenal. And I think a white shade would have been a mistake. And I think these are, look at this. What do you think, Patty? Pretty gorgeous. Look at this, you all. I mean, this is exactly what we're talking about. You can capture the view,
Okay.
or if you're watching a movie at night, you can close them. And not only are we closing them, but now we're going to actually close out the light.
There you go. And it goes either direction.
Wow. And it goes either direction?
Yep.
I feel like I'm in a theater room right now, actually. I think that's pretty impressive. Oh, look, are you so proud?
Well, it's nice when something, goes as planned.
Well, exactly. Well, I think you should be...
We'll do it a couple times to make sure everything, the
Okay.
program took and everything.
How long do the batteries last? I guess it depends on how many grandchildren you have playing with them, opening and closing, right?
Well, one thing we tell a lot of people, everybody in fact, is the second set of batteries lasts longer than the first set.
Okay.
Because by the time you burn through one set of batteries, the novelty is worn off.
Well, that's probably true, isn't it?
But average lifespan, 2 years.
Let me ask you a question.
Depends again how much you use it,
Let me ask you a question as I'm looking at this.
Yes.
When we're talking about the way to position these, what is the general rule of thumb for how far above the window ledge you should go with the luminette or with window treatments? And then what I notice is he's probably a 1/4 inch. You can't really see it off the ground here, so it doesn't touch at all.
No, it doesn't touch. We try to get it tight to the floor. Now, whenever there's going to be a floor, rug in front of the floor, the door, we account for that. Draperies tend to always go as high as we can. Luminettes, not so much. Luminettes tend to go
agree.
right above. Something about seeing the wall through the sheer isn't as, with the drapery, you can't see through it, so it goes all the way up.
It makes perfect sense. And again, in selecting, what do you recommend Patty bring in when she was choosing this? Do you have paint samples, furniture?
Anything you bring in is good.
Yep.
Anything you bring in is good.
Okay.
If you're just having some pictures on your phone, that works. Just ideas and just...
Is Will putting in that silhouette over
the
there?
silhouette is already in.
Look.
Let's take a look at that one. You
Yeah,
want to step
I
over
do.
here?
I do. Oh, now tell me about this one. This is different than the...
It is. It is the horizontal version of the luminette.
Oh, did you
Show
just
the
push
silhouette.
two? Look at the... Oh, don't make me do that.
Why not?
Oh, okay. All right, Patty, we're going to do a test run. What am I
Press
doing?
1, then press up, and it'll raise.
Up. Oh, look at
There
this.
you go. You don't have to hold it. You can just press and let go.
Okay, I don't have to hold it. This is good.
They were made to coordinate. The fabrics aren't exactly the same, but these two fabrics coordinate together.
Oh, I'm glad they're not the same. We don't like matchy-matchy. Matchy-matchy is so a decade ago, right? We won't. Okay, now I push one to go down.
Press down.
Down.
There you go.
Now can I turn that? Flip?
Yes.
Okay.
Use this button to rotate it open. Actually, it's
Hold
that
on.
button to rotate it open.
How fun is this, you guys? To me, it absolutely completes the look, your design. That is absolutely incredible.
And then the most important button.
All right, most important
Press
button.
that button, all, and then press up. And both of them will go at the same time.
Which one?
All. And then press open.
Open.
Look at the button. Look at it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I have a tendency of wanting to hold it down. Don't do that. That's a bad thing.
And there
This
you go.
is pretty cool. Well, step over here for a second while
Okay.
we're doing that, because I want everyone to really talk to you and kind of see you not in motion right now, and talk a little bit about how long you've been doing this. And we need to close it too so we can see you, because there's a little glare behind
Fair
you.
enough.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay.
It's been 31 years now. My parents started the business 31 years ago, and yeah, it's been good ever since.
What have you seen as the changes that have occurred? I mean, just the remote for one thing.
Yeah, that's been a big change, is the motorization. And
Lots of other things?
yeah, lots of other things. Colors, textures. Colors and textures are big right now.
Listen to you, you sound like a designer now. And last but not least, we've only got about 30 seconds left. What's on the horizon?
Don't know until April, but there's a whole bunch of new stuff slated to come out in April. And once it comes out, we'll let you know.
That's a little tease.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
I love it. John, thank you. Thank you, Patty, for allowing us into the villa. It's absolutely beautiful and very, very comfortable. Thank you all for joining us here on Lines on Design, and Butch to you for filming us. Have a great week. Bye-bye.